What happens when Hollywood royalty, a figure who has navigated the highest echelons of global fame and scrutiny, walks into daytime television's most infamous lion's den? You won't believe what unfolds when Meghan Markle sits down with Joy Behar and The View co-hosts in what was supposed to be a routine promotional interview. This isn't just another celebrity appearance gone wrong. This is a masterclass in how quickly things can spiral completely out of control on live television. This was an ambush, a confrontation, and a battle of wills that ended with one of the most dramatic walk-offs in daytime history. Before we get into this incredible story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below, because you're not going to believe what unfolds when these two powerhouses clash in the most explosive way possible. The tension was palpable from the moment Meghan Markle walked onto the set. Dressed in a chic cream-colored blazer, her signature confident smile was plastered across her face. But for seasoned viewers, something felt off. The energy in the studio was forced, artificial. Joy Behar, never one to hold back, had clearly come prepared for battle. As she welcomed Meghan, her voice carried that familiar, sharp edge that regular viewers know means trouble is brewing. The other co-hosts settled in, each revealing their strategy without saying a word. Whoopi Goldberg leaned back with a knowing look, smelling drama from a mile away. Sarah Haynes shifted uncomfortably, while Sunny Hostin maintained her lawyer's poker face, pen poised and ready to strike. Meghan settled into her chair, crossing her legs with practiced elegance, but a nearly imperceptible detail gave the game away. Her white-knuckled grip on her coffee mug revealed the first crack in her composed facade. Joy began with a pretense of politeness, but her tone already carried an undertone that suggested this wouldn't be a typical softball interview. "Meghan, thank you for being here," she started before quickly pivoting. "You're here to talk about your new children's book, but I think our viewers are more interested in some of the other projects you've been working on lately." Meghan, ever the media professional, attempted to steer the conversation back to safe ground. "Well, Joy, I'm excited to talk about anything that helps children develop empathy and understanding," she responded. But there was a slight defensiveness in her voice that Joy's sharp ears picked up immediately. "Empathy and understanding," Joy repeated slowly, letting the words hang in the air like smoke. "That's interesting, because I've been wondering about the empathy and understanding you've shown your own family lately." The studio fell silent. This was the moment everyone had been waiting for, the first real jab. Meghan's smile faltered for just a fraction of a second before she recovered, stating that family matters are complicated and should be handled privately. That was all the opening Sunny Hostin needed. Sensing blood in the water, she jumped in. "But Meghan, when you put your family business on international television, can you really call it private anymore?" The gloves were officially off. Meghan's posture straightened, her Duchess training warring with her natural instinct to defend herself. "I think there's a difference between sharing your truth and exploiting family drama," she shot back. And there it was, the first real sign she was ready to fight fire with fire. Joy's eyes lit up like a predator. "Your truth," she mused. "That's a very California way of putting it, isn't it? But what about everyone else's truth? What about your father's truth?" The conversation then became a rapid-fire volley of accusations. When Sunny pressed Meghan on the Oprah interview and the claims of racism within the royal family, questioning the timing and lack of specificity, Meghan's composure began to crack. "Are you seriously questioning whether I should have spoken up about racism directed at my child?" she asked, her voice filled with disbelief. Joy then escalated things further, accusing her of convenient timing, suggesting the revelations were a calculated move to rehabilitate your public image. The tension had reached a boiling point, but the real fireworks were just about to begin, as Joy prepared to cross a line from which there would be no return. Leaning forward with a predatory gleam in her eyes, Joy repeated Meghan's words about her mental health struggles, her voice dripping with skepticism. "You know what, Meghan," she said slowly, "I've been in this business for decades, and I've seen a lot of people use mental health as a shield. Are we really supposed to believe that you, someone who worked as an actress, who dealt with Hollywood pressure, suddenly couldn't handle being a royal?" The audacity of the question sent shockwaves through the studio. Audience members audibly gasped. Meghan's face went from pale to flushed red with anger. "Are you really going to sit there and suggest that I made up having suicidal thoughts?" she demanded. But Joy was relentless. "I'm suggesting," she continued, "that you have a pattern of playing the victim." The studio erupted. Meghan stood up abruptly, her chair rolling backward. "I will not sit here and be lectured about victim mentality by someone who has made a career out of attacking people on television." The debate was no longer about royalty or public image. It had become a deeply personal and vicious brawl. "Oh, so now I'm the bad guy," Joy shot back, rising from her seat. Whoopi Goldberg, who had remained silent, finally spoke up, delivering a devastating blow. "Hold up," she said, her voice cutting through the chaos. "You can't dismiss every criticism as palace manipulation. At some point, you have to take responsibility." The look of betrayal on Meghan's face was unmistakable. Sunny Hostin saw her opening for a final, calculated strike. "At what point," she asked with prosecutorial precision, "do you look in the mirror and ask what the common denominator is?" Instead of crumbling, Meghan stood taller, her voice becoming deadly calm. She turned to the host, her gaze burning with righteous anger. "The common denominator," she said, "is people who can't handle a woman who refuses to be silent about injustice. It's women like you who tear down other women to feel powerful." The argument reached its ugly crescendo. Joy snarled, "You think because you married a prince, you're untouchable?" Meghan shot back, "You're a bitter old woman who can't stand that someone half your age has achieved more in 5 years than you have in your entire career." The insults were raw, personal, and brutal. Finally, with deliberate precision, Meghan reached for her microphone and unclipped it from her blazer, setting it down on the table. The gesture was clear to everyone. She was done. "You're absolutely right, Joy," she said with icy calm. "I'm not qualified to lecture you about oppression. I'm just qualified to recognize it when I see it." She grabbed her purse and took a step back. "You've chosen ratings over responsibility, controversy over compassion. That's your choice to make, but I don't have to be a part of it." As she walked away, Joy couldn't resist one final cruel shot. "Go ahead and run, Meghan. It's what you do best." Meghan paused at the edge of the set. She looked directly into the camera, addressing the audience at home. "To anyone watching who has ever been told their pain isn't real, don't let them silence you. Your story matters." With that, she turned and walked off, her heels clicking in the stunned silence. The 4 co-hosts were left sitting in the wreckage of what had just transpired. Joy tried to recover with a forced smile and a pivot to a commercial break. But everyone knew no break could erase what had just happened. In the end, nobody had won. Both sides had shown a side of themselves that would be difficult to forget, leaving viewers to decide for themselves who was the villain. What do you think? Was Meghan ambushed, or did she crumble under fair questioning? Drop your verdict in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more breakdowns of TV's most dramatic moments.